Today I'm going to be making salsa. This recipe came from the Jeff Smith's cookbook. It's a very easy recipe. It doesn't require the cooking before you can it. You just chop everything up and put it in your prepared jars and then process it in the pressure canner. It's a super easy recipe. My husband even does this. So we're going to start with our tomatoes here. The recipe calls for 4 cups of diced tomatoes. You can use any kind of tomatoes you want to. I find that the Romas make a better salsa because they're thicker and the salsa is not so runny, but if all you have are the slicing tomatoes, you can use that. So I have my tomatoes here. I've already chopped up my 4 cups of tomatoes. Because I'm going to be filling up a whole canner full of salsa, I want to triple the recipe. So I need 12 cups of tomatoes. This here, what you see, is 4 cups. So I'm going to finish chopping these up and then we'll move on to the next step. Here you can see I've finished chopping up all the tomatoes. This is 12 cups of tomatoes. Remember, I've tripled the recipe. The original recipe called for 4 cups of ripe tomatoes. Now I need to chop up my peppers and onions. Here I've got 15 jalapeno peppers, 2 large green peppers, and 6 onions. What I'm going to do with these is put them all in my mini chopper over here. It's far easier to do it that way than hand chop all these. Here's an easy way to chop up a jalapeno pepper without getting the oils on your hands. Stab it carefully with the fork and then cut off the top of the pepper. Then run your knife along the inside, cutting out that white part, which is the pith, and then just kind of using your knife pull out the center like that. Tap it on the counter to get any seeds out. If there's more seeds in there, you can go fishing with your knife for them, or you can leave them in there for the extra heat. So now I'm just going to slice this a little bit, and then using my fork and knife, move the pepper to my mini chopper, and I never have to touch the pepper and worry about getting my hands with the pepper oil. Here I finished chopping all my peppers and onions, so now I need to add the rest of my ingredients. I'm going to be adding to that 6 tablespoons of chopped parsley. I went out to the garden and grabbed this. Make sure you remove the stems because they don't cook up too well and they're really tough. Then I'm going to add 4½ tablespoons of red wine vinegar. I've chopped up about 7 cloves of garlic. I'm going to add that to this. You can add more if you'd like to. I find 7 gives it just the right amount of flavor. And then it's calling for 3 cups of tomato sauce. And remember, again, I've tripled this recipe, so that's why the quantities are so much. This should be enough to fill up 7 quarts, though. And lastly, I need to add 1 tablespoon of regular table salt. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up now. Now before you can this, you're going to want to taste it to see if there's enough heat from the jalapeno peppers. If there's not enough heat, go ahead and add a few more until it's to your liking. I ended up only putting 8 peppers in right now. As soon as this is mixed up, I'm going to taste it, see how it tastes, and then adjust accordingly. Okay, so there we have it. This is all mixed up. I'm going to taste it. If it tastes fine and I'm happy with the heat, I'm going to go ahead and start canning this. I've taken my salsa that I've made and I've put it inside canning jars. Now when you're getting ready to can your salsa, make sure you use canning jars, not mayonnaise jars or anything like that. When you're pressure canning, you want something that's going to really hold up to the pressure you're going to put it under. So as you can see here, I've only gotten 5 quarts out of the recipe this time. Again, it depends on how full you're filling up your jars and the tomatoes, how juicy they are. The salsa ended up sitting on the counter for a little while because I had some errands I had to run, and so it's nighttime now and I'm just getting to canning this. So I went ahead and filled this up. You want to leave about 1 inch of head space up at the top. And then before I put this lid on, I wiped the top with a cloth. You want to make sure there's nothing sticking to the rim there. And then I'm taking my lid and putting that on top of the jar. And then you want to put the screw ring on. Tight, but not so tight that you're going to break anything. These are going to tighten up with the pressure in the canner. So now I'm going to do my pressure canning, put it in the pressure canner for 20 minutes on 10 pounds of pressure, and then for tonight I'm just going to let them sit in the canner all night, and tomorrow morning I'll take them out and see if they all sealed. It's been 12 hours since I canned my salsa. I'm going to open this up and see if all the jars sealed. If you were opening this while it was still hot, you'd want to make sure you opened the vent in the back, so if there's any pressure in there, that would be released before you open the lid. And always tip this away from you so the steam will not come at your face. Go. I'm just going to lightly touch the top to see if they sealed. And this one here did not seal because I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but I can depress this. So something went wrong with this one. So either I need to reprocess it or I'll use it. I'll probably just end up using that. But the rest seem fine, so they need to rest for another 12 hours. I may take them out of this canner so I can put the canner away, and then after the 24-hour mark I will take off their screw rings, write the date and when I made these and what it is, and then I will put them in storage. Please be sure to visit my website, parsnipsandparsimony.com, for more videos. Thanks for watching.